You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many y'all.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
That's a drill beat. That's that New York drill scene.
What is the song that we just played?
Yeah.
We need a new song. I love that song.
But
I know Bryson got more up his sleeve. You said
Happy
what?
Friday, y'all. Because I knew a butt was coming.
No, I like it. But you know what I mean? We just got to switch it up every once in a while.
Sure.
Let's play Big Booty Judy.
Big Judy, big booty Judy. What? Big Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty, big Judy, big booty Judy. Stop! I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big booty Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's
Big Booty Judy.
What up, Big Booty Judy? Because she's coming in here early before the show even starts, and Red Pill's on time. She's not on CPT time today. Way to go for the color.
Thank you.
The color
Thank
folks,
you, Auntie Red. Don't
for the
fix
color
something that ain't
folks
broke.
Who come late all the time. JC's here. Nice. What is this? Oh, the peaches. All right.
Lord, don't get her started on that.
That's my nickname that Loza
See,
gave me. Oh, speaking of that, so he was on a live one day, like he was on a live the other day about something really serious, and I was like, in the comments, I was like, who do you like more, me or Soonie? And he and he was like, what's up, sis? And I was like, say my name, dude. What do you mean, sis? Say my name. And he was like, he was being real funny in the live, and I was like, tell everybody in here that you like peaches better than you like Soonie. And he was like, y'all are funny. I love you both. Blah blah blah. I was like, dude, you're being. I was like,
y'all.
first of all,
shit.
I was about to call you so we could just get on that live and just be like, you got a lot of nerve. You're acting real funny. You know what he was acting like? You know, like when you catch your man out and he's doing something bad and he's trying to be like real nonchalant with you.
He don't act that way with me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He was being funny like. All right.
Why does Mo always have to ask who's the favorite? I want to know what y'all think in the chat.
Who's the favorite? Oh, yeah, there's only 11 people in here right now, and I feel like it's a little bit
Thank
unfair.
you. Thank you.
What?
The hate is real.
Red.
People just can't be Team Soonie.
Okay,
like,
first of all,
I offer something you don't offer. Just like you offer something I don't offer.
but really, what is it that I offer that? Okay, so let's talk about
a lot.
Do you really have to say like that? What do you offer that I don't offer?
I'm a debater.
Mm-hmm.
I have intellectual discussions. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's something that people get from me that they don't get from you.
Right. I'm nice and I speak from a place of love, and I really bring a different perspective. Like there's people out there that are just out to debate and win, and that's just not my thing. Like I'm not out to debate and win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stop asking favorites because they like each one of us for two different reasons.
Yeah, but who do you like more? Don't ride the fence, people.
I don't think you'll be happy with that vote. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're trying to say that people in here like you better? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course. I'm far more charismatic. I push the envelope. You don't.
Now y'all have to vote because this is outrageous. Okay.
Please. And when you vote,
outrageous.
just go ahead and lie and tell her it's her.
No. Don't lie. Put a 1 in the chat if you like, but and don't be doing none of this. We love you both. No. If you had a vote.
Thank you, Joey. You're a follower of hers. Thank you. You like her for reasons you don't like me.
Okay, well let's talk. Okay, put all your comments in the chat about why you don't like Soonie and why you don't like me. I need to know. Not that I give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
No, I really don't. I don't. Lettuce is in. Who is this? Paola?
What's up? I
Lettuce.
see you.
Who's that? Is that your friend?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I'm
I
guessing.
see you, Barack.
I'm guessing her vote. Okay. Pinky. Is that Barack?
Thank you, Red Pill.
Don't answer this question. She's trying to be like the nice mom figure.
No, because she knows your feelings are going to be crushed in the end.
Yo, Judy, I cannot believe it. Judy, I thought out of all people, okay, in all the years that you've known Soonie the longest, has Soonie ever given you your own song? No, that was Mo's idea. You know,
I just got it.
Sometimes better with me.
I got it. What?
I bring the fun to this show. I bring the
Okay.
fun. I'm the party. Mr. Sexy is in the building.
Whatever floats your boat.
Said, who's your favorite, me or Soonie? Said's gonna say me.
Yeah, but because he thinks you're attractive.
That's right. Hey, I got to get my points where I can get them.
We got a fun discussion for you guys tonight. I hope you.
Yes, we do.
I hope you've read up on the defense budget that just dropped. I hope you read up on Biden forgiving student loan payments, but it's not for the people you think it's for. I think a lot of people are kind of getting confused with reading the headlines and not actually seeing what they're actually forgiving. We got an update on Pastor Brian. What you got?
Oh, I'm going to talk about the SAG Aftra and Writers Guild strikes.
Okay.
Some of y'all may not care about this, but this matters. This matters a lot to everything that is going on as far as like the woke stuff that we've been experiencing and all this stuff. So I'm going to talk about that because I don't think a lot of people know really much about it or even think that it matters. Or that it's about a bunch of like overpaid actors, you know, asking for more money. It's not about that. So we're going to do that. And then did we already say Pastor Brian update?
Yes. Pastor Brian update.
Pastor Brian update. All right.
You have a video too, yeah?
For Pastor Brian?
Recent. Yeah.
I have a Pastor Brian. You want to start with that one?
Sure. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Okay. So let me go pull up the Pastor Brian video.
Pastor Brian.
Okay. So set it up. You want to set it up?
While you're doing that, I got a message, you guys, from one of Pastor Brian's supporters who was like going crazy during the whole Temecula situation that we covered. And she actually apologized to me. So I want to say to the people who watch us and to you, I think we did a great job as a team covering that whole Pastor Brian thing, because a lot of people have messaged me. They're not really fans of us, but appreciated the objective and very unbiased approach we've taken.
That's awesome.
It was awesome to get that.
That's awesome. Okay, so the video we're going to play is actually a recent video of Pastor Brian speaking at the Moreno Valley City Council meeting. This was a special city council meeting. You're going to hear him mention SBX, I think it is. I have no idea what that is. I didn't listen to the full meeting, but someone sent me this clip, and they sent me this clip because, you know,
SBX?
SBX, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I'll look it up while you're talking.
Okay. You know, I had suspected that, you know, Pastor Brian would come out and start immediately, you know, saying that this was an attack on him and this, that, and the other, and essentially playing the victim, which is what he likes to do. So they sent it to me and they were like, Mo, you were kind of right. You know, that seems to be where this is going. So we're going to play this for you guys. You guys let me know or let us know what you think. And we shall discuss.
Became moment vocation. This is brought up. So if I can work on I had with SBA.
I was so confused by this part. I'm like, wait.
Sorry, it was my phone.
Councilmember Brian Hawkins, Sammy Luna, followed by Larry Butler.
First of all, good morning. So I'm gonna just be honest and address the reason why we're really here. It's because SBX hired me, and I had been working with SBX for less than a month. And this week, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department came to my parents' home in unmarked cars after I had called the Sheriff's Department 5 times prior to this. These are the things that you won't hear in the media. That when they came in unmarked cars with their guns drawn on me on false allegations that not even the district attorney filed Thursday morning. So let's just be honest. At the end of the day, if we're going to bring SBX in the room and say, hey, they hired an ex-felon, well, maybe you guys might want to do your research, because I was also hired for the San Jacinto Unified School District as well. So if I can work in the school district, if I can work around children with my background and my record, then what was the problem with me working for SBX? And this is the reason why this is brought up, because it is becoming political. You know, last year when I was a registered Republican, when I did Sheriff Chad Bianco's swear-in ceremony, I'm the one that did his invocation. You know, when I received 70,000 votes as a registered Republican, nobody had a problem with Brian Hawkins' criminal record. But the moment I start fighting for minorities, the moment I start speaking up, the moment I left the Republican Party and start chasing values of speaking up for people, it became an issue. It became a target. They're not going
absolutely not.
To my parents' home on Hibiscus Lane to assassinate me.
What?
My character. What they're not going to tell you is that I had my 5-year-old daughter there with me at the same time. There's a lot of stuff that they want to leave out of the media, but at the end of the day, this shouldn't have anything to do with the work that they're doing. I didn't come here on the behalf of SBX. I didn't come here on behalf of the city of San Jacinto. I came here on behalf of the truth. There's a lot of injustice going on, and don't make this group or the homeless in this community suffer.
What?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Is this
He
the
did
first
not
time?
just. I've never seen that.
Oh, you didn't watch the video when I sent it to you?
No, I didn't.
Dang.
No.
You wanted to be surprised. Yeah. What do you think about that? Since this is the first time you're seeing this.
It is the first time I'm seeing it. I find Pastor Brian to be completely fraudulent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We don't know the background to the story. We've requested documents. So as soon as we get those documents and as soon as we have access, we will know what happened. We will know who called. We will have access to the 911 call. Upon listening to this, I feel like he's saying someone just called on him and he did nothing, and the police took a report as if it were truth, and he had his 5-year-old with him. But what he fails to say is that 5-year-old is not the other children that are in question. I felt like that was
the first thing that I thought.
That was a deflection. And his situation with his children and the number of children don't matter to me. But when you listen to him talk, he makes note to talk about a 5-year-old being with him. Well, those aren't the 2 children in question. We also don't know why the police were called or who made the call. I also heard that this was a political hit because he decided to go work for the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And he is involved in this youth and family service. This is called SBX. It's Sigma Beta. It's a program based out of Moreno Valley, California. If you guys want to look into it, SBX. It was just a lot of deflection, a lot of not answering the question, a lot of not answering the questions, but he just did a lot of damage control. That's what that was. This was damage control. This is a political hit. They're mad that I went to the Democrat Party and I'm no longer Republican. That has nothing to do with it, because when you did decide to talk about what the Republicans weren't and weren't doing, you still had everyone's support.
Mm-hmm.
People may not have liked the way you talked, but the influential people in the circle who would have continued to have discussions with you, who would have probably continued to work with you, to do advocacy, to do work out in the streets, you slight those people when you pretend as if you weren't saying all these things and you're doing a complete 180. So a political hit, I don't think that that's a feasible explanation. I don't
Right.
because, and I'm going to use y'all's explanation that I heard a few times. And I mean, y'all, when I say the audience, was this is his karma, right? You decided to go dock someone and do the most in a situation where you literally created racism. You had to create racism in that moment. And as a result, someone's life was kind of destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So are they coming after you because you're a Democrat? Or are they coming after you? And I don't agree with them going after him, just to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But are they coming after you because you've done something to them and they're seeking retribution? Because it seems to me that Pastor Brian has fucked a lot of people over in California when it comes to working within the school district,
Right.
what he was standing for, right?
Yep.
Who you were exactly standing for. You have a whole conservative body, and where is he, San Jacinto, that voted for you.
Mm-hmm.
People are
Mm-hmm.
mad because they feel deceived. That's the only thing I took from it. And
Yeah.
the most alarming part to me was him using the 5-year-old as like a scapegoat. I had my 5-year-old with me at my parents' house, and they had their guns drawn on me. They were showing up. First of all, he says assassinate. Then he says character assassinate. So you're
Right.
saying you're double speaking. Which one
Right.
is it? They come to
Right.
assassinate you because you're a black man wanting to fight for minorities?
Right.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. It has
Come-
nothing. First of all, it has really nothing to do with the fact that he's Democrat or that he wants to fight for minorities. It's the fact that he's getting involved in things that, like especially with the school boards trying to push a lot of this curriculum that is very dangerous to all our kids. It's not a black or white thing.
Absolutely.
That is something that puts all our kids in danger. I'm gonna real quick because we've just had a couple of people join. I'm gonna play this video again so you guys can see it and you guys
Okay.
can weigh in.
I became moment
Sorry.
vocation. This is
That's just me forwarding through the video real quick. So just give it a sec.
brought up. So if I can work on guns, I had with SBX.
Next three speakers are Councilmember Brian Hawkins, Sammy Luna, followed by Larry Butler.
First of all, good morning. So I'm gonna just be honest and address the reason why we're really here. It's because SBX hired me, and I had been working with SBX for less than a month. And this week, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department came to my parents' home in unmarked cars after I had called the Sheriff's Department 5 times prior to this. These are the things that you won't hear in the media. That when they came in unmarked cars with
Can
their
you pause it
guns
real quick?
drawn on.
Now, I want you guys to listen to this. He claims to have called the sheriff's department 5 times before this. So this is a new piece of the puzzle that we didn't have. There was clearly some conflict. Sorry, I wanted to point that out because I didn't hear that the first time.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to point out because there was also rumors that people saw ambulances coming out of the house and this, that, and the other. This is something that clearly happened before the day that he was arrested, because
Right.
if you pay attention, he says they came in unmarked cars, okay? Which
Right.
means there was some, and Sed can probably chime in on this because I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm assuming that there was some type of complaint or report filed by whoever the person is that, that states that there was some harm done to the children. And they showed up at his house. Now, it's interesting they didn't show up at his house in police cars. They showed up at his house in unmarked vehicles. I don't know if it's because it's a special unit, because remember the article did say it was a special investigative
Victims
unit.
unit.
Yeah, special victims unit. So maybe that's standard. I don't know.
I don't know.
On me
We can continue
on
though.
false allegations that not even the district attorney filed Thursday morning. So let's just be honest. At the end of the day, if we're going to bring SBX in the room and say, hey, they hired an ex-felon, well, maybe you guys might want to do your research, because I was also hired for the San Jacinto Unified School District as well. So if I can work in the school district, if I can work around children with my background and my record, then what was the problem of me working for SBX? And this is the reason why this is brought up, because it is becoming.
First of all, because you did your time. The crime that you did and you went to jail for was a while ago, right? So that just goes to show that the system in this case isn't holding your record against you. And they gave you the opportunity to have this role that you have. But we're talking about what happened the other day, my friend. We're not talking about your ex-felon.
Amazing point, by the way.
Right?
Amazing point.
You see how he's bringing that up? Like he's trying to say they're using his ex-felon past and not talking about what just happened, and that needs to be addressed.
political. You know, last year when I was a registered Republican, when I did Sheriff Chad Bianco's swear-in ceremony, I'm the one that did his invocation. You know, when I received 70,000 votes as a registered Republican, nobody had a problem with Brian Hawkins' criminal record. But the moment I start fighting for minorities, the moment I start speaking up, the moment I left the Republican Party and start chasing values of speaking up for people, it became an issue. It became a target on my back. They're not going to tell you that they came to my parents' home on Hibiscus Lane to assassinate me, my character. What they're not going to tell you is that I had my 5-year-old daughter there with me at the same time. There's a lot of stuff that they want to leave out of the media, but at the end of the day, this shouldn't have anything to do with the work that they're doing. I didn't come here on the behalf of SBX. I didn't come here on behalf of the city of San Jacinto. I came here on behalf of the truth. There's a lot of injustice going on, and don't make this group or the homeless in this community suffer.
Listen.
Listen. It ain't
Brian,
looking good.
The only thing that people are looking at is these charges that just presently happened. Because before then, I have not heard Temecula Valley say anything about your record. This is just me. If I missed it, somebody let me know. But all the discussions that we've had, they solely talked about your behavior in the video. I didn't hear them bring up your family life. We didn't bring up your family life. We damn sure didn't bring up your criminal record.
Yeah.
So,
And I want to point out something, because I was also sent a group or a journalist or whatever. It's a blog that is now putting a lot of information about Brian's past out, right? They're trying to get people worked up to go to this meeting where the city council is going to be having a special meeting about his position in the city council, right?
Yeah.
So now they're trying to expose a lot of things about him. I will have everybody here know, because I want it to be known, because people like to say, or he likes to say, oh, you guys, attack a da da da. No, we're not attacking you. In fact, we had all the information that this site had on their site. Soonie and I had months ago, and we talked about it and said, this has nothing to do with today. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of aliases, and I'm just mentioning that stuff because that's what's already out there. It's nothing that I'm putting out brand new, but a lot of aliases, a lot of judgments on his record, unpaid things. Obviously the details of his felony, shady businesses, things like that. We didn't bring any of that up because we weren't trying to assassinate him. We were talking about what was happening at the moment. And I think if people decide to go to this meeting to speak out and say why they think he should step down from his position with city council, they need to keep it to these facts, because it's not going to look good if people start to talk about all this other stuff. It does matter to his character, of course, right? But you can get by just fine talking about this incident. Ask him questions. What happened here? We're not asking you about your felony. We're asking you about these charges, and you need to answer. Why are you harming children? That's all that matters.
I agree. I think everything else is muddying the waters. Like everyone knows, I was originally against posting the charges at all because of the nature of the charges. But I'm glad that people did, because that's a reference point to go back to say, no, we didn't talk about any of your previous stuff. We're talking about this right here. And even during the show, when people were wanting to know if he could be unseated or if he would be banned, because there's a law in California that felons convicted of a certain crime can't run for, I think 20 years. And his crime doesn't even fall in the category of that.
Right.
So that discussion is out of the water, either way you look at it.
Yep.
But discussing this, I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think I wish people would push Pastor Brian a little harder. This is a very, very, to me, this is a direct example of someone lying at the drop of a hat to clear their name.
Yes.
Like, to me, this is like a prime example of narrative building, I guess is a better word to say it.
Yeah.
A better way to say it. Let's portray that police officers pulled up on me to assassinate me because I'm a black man fighting for, the minority community.
Right.
And now somehow the Republicans have this crazy control that they can get the sheriff's office to do their bidding. But when you were in office, you talked about how ineffective Republicans truly were and how they're not doing anything and how they don't have control in California. So it's just like, which one is it? Pick a struggle. Do they have the power or do they not?
Exactly. And mind you, when that whole situation at the school board went down, he bragged about his relationship with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department and how they helped him clear up the misunderstanding that happened when those parents wanted to press charges against him because of all the slander that was going on with those parents. He praised the Riverside County Sheriff and the fact that they endorsed him. Remember, they endorsed his campaign. So you're telling me all of a sudden now they're not wanting to get you out of a bind? Didn't they lower your felony charges to a misdemeanor? That sounds pretty nice to me.
Pretty darn nice.
Golly. Thank you, Jessica, for the $9.99 super chat. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I don't know,
We have to play this. I want this to stay in people's minds forever. Okay? This video should never leave your brain because he's openly telling you what he's doing today.
Yep.
Like, he said it in this video.
Yeah.
9 years old. And she said, Dad, why aren't you angry at the police? Why aren't you mad? Why aren't you out there, joining Black Lives Matter? You have a legitimate reason. And they was introducing systemic racism, and they were saying that my color would be my setback. And so I decided to run for office to prove them wrong, right? So I think the word you mentioned, you said expertise, right? Expertise. I need you to explain to the crowd how an ex-felon ran for office in California and got elected. Why Sheriff Chad Bianco called and asked me to do his invocation. How I became a bridge between law enforcement and the community, where I grew up around gangs. I grew up, in the inner city, grew up around.
He became a what?
Now this is a bragging right. Look at that.
Wow.
This video is becoming more and more pertinent as he goes along. It really is.
On welfare. Yeah, I'm that ex-felon. I spent 10 years in prison. I was given, my second term, I was given 6 years for having a rental car 3 days late. Oh. And yeah, go look it up. It happened right here in Orange County. And I have no anger, no whatsoever. I could easily be a Black Lives Matter leader. I can do what the Democrats do. I can use racism as a hustle.
Well, this didn't age well.
I can because it is. It's a hustle.
That's exactly what.
And they're constantly creating this narrative. And now I'm running for Congress against, one of the Democrat incumbent, Raul Ruiz. So they know who I am because I'm busy in my streets.
I just wanted y'all to hear him say that he can use this as a hustle. And he's using it as a hustle. He said police was coming to assassinate him.
He must have watched your video and said, you know what? That's exactly what I'll do. That deserves a repost. You need to remind people.
I'm going to repost it again.
Repost that. Jason said, not the late rental.
That's the only update we have for you guys on Pastor Brian. I'm actually excited to get deeper into this to talk about what actually happened. Now, if it is not appropriate for the public, I'm not discussing it. I'm just not. I'm not going to discuss details of it. But if he's lying, I'm definitely going to put that up because this is I don't know how many times now. I think I've lost count, right? I'm done with both hands that he's been caught in so many lies and people just pretend like he's not doing these things. They pretend like he's not fanning the flames of racial tensions. They pretend like he didn't just reignite and fan the flames once again between law enforcement and Black people by painting himself as this martyr.
Yep.
Of they're coming after me because I'm working to help you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think he's going to try to go after the police department? Somebody said
If
that in the
he
chat.
does that, that will be the end of his political career because he has nothing. In my
Yeah.
opinion, he's got nothing to go after them for. How
Yeah.
do you prove racial bias?
Right.
How
Exactly.
do you prove it?
I don't know, man.
Well, I'm running Democrat now, so they don't like me. Oh, where's the racial bias in that?
Exactly. Just when you thought we didn't have anything more on him.
Just when you thought. Well,
Just when you thought.
Pastor Brian.
Hmm.
Lord.
I'm sure we'll have an update by Tuesday, y'all. Stay tuned.
Just said by Tuesday.
We always say like, well, that seems like it's it till now till we get,
And then we have an update. That is facts though.
Yeah, and then I get a text and I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord.
And then I get a text.
Yeah, man. I got people watching out like on the news for me, in Temecula. By the way, I will tell you something super sweet last night. One of the parents from Temecula, they were like, I wish you and Soonie could come out here. We need you guys with us. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. They need us. Cool. Oh my gosh. Me and Soonie would get up on a platform with a microphone and whoop whoop, rile the crowd up. All right. What else do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about next?
Do you want to talk about this defense bill? I think everyone's excited for that.
Yeah, let's talk until you tell them what's in it.
Defense bill? Are y'all excited? I'm actually I don't mind this bill. The only people who are mad is the raging leftists. They're upset because this defense bill will ban things like the military repaying women for their abortions and their abortion costs. And it will also shut up, dude.
Hopefully me.
It will also ban transgender surgeries across the board. And people are not too excited about this. They don't like the fact that the government or Congress, House and the Senate, is trying to get these two things out of office. Now, while I don't agree with the funds being used, after a certain age, if a person wants to pay for it, there's nothing we can do about that.
Right.
There's nothing we can do about that. But should we block federal funds from paying for it? Absolutely. I don't see why that's a question. Why are they paying for you to have a gender reassignment surgery that renders you an entire medical condition, right?
Yeah.
You can't deploy. They constantly have to be on hormones. You're a liability as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
Liability. So what are we doing? What are we doing? And they also want to do, they took the extra step of banning this in another very, very, I won't even say sensitive, but another program within the DOD is called Exceptional Military Family Program. And this is for children with special needs or just overall health issues. You get a certain type of medical care. So the House went ahead and wrote an amendment to say, yep, and you guys are not going to be able to fund any of this stuff through this program as well. Now, the Senate is claiming this is going to be dead on arrival. I personally don't think it's going to go through the Senate. I don't. Because you already had 4 Republicans voting no in the House for this bill. Let me see if I can get their names.
I don't know. Like, something's telling me that, you and I talk about this a lot, that like a shift is happening, something's changing. And like, I look at this and then I look at the California Assembly of Public Safety Committee being forced now to pass that child sex trafficking bill, right? After they voted against it. I was like, wow. Forced? I mean, I think people are starting to get like, they're starting to feel the heat.
You think so?
I think so, man. I think either the voters, the people, the constituents are feeling the heat from the voters that if they don't start voting right on these things the way we want them to vote, it's going to be a problem. I think some of the stuff that's going on might be working, to tell you the truth.
It might be working.
It just might be. You might be doing something now. Come on.
Oh, it might be working.
Right?
So some of the amendments adopted, like I mentioned earlier, would ban the Secretary of Defense from paying for or reimbursing service members for abortion-related expenses, which I agree with.
Mhm.
Why should you be reimbursed for that? That is an elective procedure, and you chose to do it.
Right.
There's no reason for it to pay, and you're not out of work. Let's just keep it a stack there. It's like a period. You go back to work. Any woman who's had an abortion, you know exactly what it's like. So it's
Mhm.
not put you out to the point where you can't get up and still function. You can go back to work. That didn't make any sense to me.
Mhm.
And transgender surgeries and hormone treatments. 4 Republicans did vote against the bill. Ken Buck of Colorado, Andy Biggs, and Eli Crane of Arizona, and Thomas Massey, of Kentucky. 4 Democrats voted in favor of the measure. Does not list who they were, but I went through the bill, and I had the FOFAO team. We all went through the bill, and we pinpointed specific things that were great, pinpointed specific things that didn't work. But overall, I'm happy this is in the bill. And I'm happy that at least they're taking aggressive measures to get things changed. Like
Mhm.
Democrats always take aggressive measures. They go hard.
Right.
They go to the extreme. So I'm happy to see Republicans finally going to the extreme, finally doing something. Let's get more legislation passed through, and we'll see where we go from here.
Mhm.
But I do think a part of me feels like it's dead on arrival when it gets to the Senate. A part of me
shall
does.
see. We shall see. I don't know.
Do you
I'm
know
a-
how historic that would be if they just outright ban, like they're talking about everything. Outright, it's just gone. It's done.
Mhm. Yeah.
You think it's gonna happen? I might have to hop on your train for a minute.
I don't know. Well, because when you hear my reasoning, and I'm going to dive into this a little bit when I talk about the SAG Aftra thing, the strike, because this all ties in. I think it, like I said, it is the power of the people's voice and your actions, right? Because your voice isn't enough. You got to put that into action and show them that you are serious. And I think that there's just a lot of things going on right now pertaining, or funneling into the same kind of like subject matter in one way or another, that they're starting to like think, we really are risking it if we pass something like this. I don't know. For some reason, I think it might. I don't know. I'm getting kind of excited.
I'm not opposed to like, this could possibly go down because we do have a majority right now. I'm not opposed to it. But you do have those flip-floppers in politics that don't necessarily stay consistent to an issue. And we do know that a lot of our representatives can be swayed based on mob rule. That's the only reason I'm just like, let me not get too excited about this because it could backfire.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it so many times when people decided to celebrate abortion. I'm glad it got kicked back down to the states, but why can't we ban that at a federal level, dude? It's murder. It's murder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We shall see. When is it due to go? When is it due to go to the Senate?
Now that I don't know.
Oh, they didn't say in there.
That I don't know.
Okay.
Let me see if
All
I
right.
can show you guys some, so people can see the actual verbiage in the bills in these amendments. Democrats are mad right now. They're heated.
Yes, in more ways than one.
Whew. I'm happy. They're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are y'all doing? Wait.
Somebody come look at this.
Of course, these are the people who authored the amendments.
Uh-huh.
You have Lauren Boebert here, and this prohibits TRICARE from covering and the Department of Defense from furnishing sex reassignment surgeries and gender hormone treatments for transgender individuals. This is made in order. I'm excited to see what happens. There's another one too. Let me show you guys the exceptional. I can't see my letters. There it is. This is also another amendment that people are really excited about, which prohibits the provision of gender transition procedures, including surgery or medication, through the Exceptional Family Member Program. We will see if these things pass. We will see. I personally do not see the left going down without a fight. Not with this subject.
Put in the chat what y'all think while Soonie talks. I want to know what you guys think.
And this is, I'm going to show you. My husband brought this up to me this morning. We were laying in bed talking about, because I was telling him about this bill. So he went to Military One Source. Now, this is a website you can go to for all things military. If you need to know about TRICARE, you need to know about Red Cross, how to get certain things done, you go here. And he typed in, what did he type in? He typed in, I think it was parents. And then it went into unhealthy sexual behavior. And this is why I say, I don't know what's going to happen here. This could be dead on arrival or it could go through. Wait, where's it at? This is being promoted in the military, by the way. Okay, so that. Come on, dude. Why can't I pull this up? Here it is. Healthy behaviors, healthy sexual behaviors in children. When you go down here to 5 to 8 years old, it gets very alarming. All right,
it says, say, make it bigger because I can't even, or you just read it.
Okay, hold on. I'll make it bigger too. You see that?
What?
All right. Engaging in activities that explore sexuality in body with same and opposite sex friends, such as showing or touching someone else's private area by mutual consent,
what,
etc. Now, this is commonly expected. Okay, this is a commonly
healthy child
behavior in a child.
5 to 8.
5 to 8 years old. 5 to 8. Continued masturbation, possibly for pleasure, more often in private than in public. To encourage healthy child behavior, your military family can promote a solid understanding of gender and how children experience gender identity. Children at this age may begin to identify as transgender, non-conforming, or non-binary.
No, this is not
the words for their experience to express their confusion.
This is not real.
This is absolutely real. Right there.
On Military One Source, nonetheless. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Wait, children and 2 to 5 years old. Okay, so this is from toddler to kindergarten. Expected and common healthy child behaviors for toddlers. Whew. Occasional masturbation as a soothing behavior.
Okay. No way.
Absolutely. They're not going to go down without a fight.
No. That's crazy.
So this is what's actively being pushed.
Consensual and playful exploration of bodies with children of the same age evolving to playing house or playing doctor. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I agree. Send these hyperlinks to your congressman. They're about to be voting on something. If you need the link, I've got the link for you right here. I'll actually post it in the chat so people can take it and you can send it to wherever you want.
Yeah.
Send it to wherever you want. But I am not trying to be Debbie Downer. I just really want people to be realistic in which bills will pass and which won't. When you go to these websites and you see what they're actually pushing and what they're quote unquote passionate about, it's really sinister, man. It's sinister. It's disgusting.
Put the link in the show notes.
So disgusting. In the description, yeah, we could do that. I sent it to you, so it's in your inbox.
Okay, cool. And then I'll add it to the description for after the show. Wow. Okay. That's scary.
That's scary.
No, I'm like, no, it's weird because it's like I've seen that kind of verbiage before, obviously, with the school curriculum stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get any less shocking. And it's even more shocking for it to be on the military's website. I don't know why it's more shocking there. I don't know. It's just disgusting.
Because you don't expect it there. You
Yeah.
you expect that department to be the one department that has some form of, sanity, but it's not. Like when people say you're not in America,
Yeah.
you don't know what it's like. Bro,
No,
what?
we have to protect their innocence. If you have a 2 to 5 year old that is masturbating and expressing a lot of like sexual
Something wrong with
curiosity,
that.
something is happening and you can't just write that off. Okay. I'm not saying that for sure something bad is happening. Of course, there are some
Mhm.
kids that at a, I would say closer to 5, maybe, right? Like you'll notice them, doing certain things that you can tell, like, why are you doing that? Like, and they're just
Yeah.
figuring it out that it feels good, right?
Right.
They don't know that it's sexual in nature. Okay.
Exactly.
So you have to be careful with that, because if you paint that as a normal thing to them at 2 to 5, then when somebody who is, anybody touches them inappropriately, they're going to be like, oh,
Game.
this is normal.
Yep. And that's what they're doing.
Yes.
This is an attempt. This is grooming.
Mhm.
They're actively teaching you how to groom your child
Yeah.
for some pervert to be able to come and do something to them, and then they won't be convicted of anything because now they're pushing for child consent.
Right.
It's all leading down to one path, bro. It's pedophilia.
Mhm.
I used to be very liberal when the same-sex law passed, when the Supreme Court ruled. My husband he was just like, I cannot believe this is happening. The next thing they're going to do is try to legalize, pedophilia. And at the
Mhm.
time, I'm like, bro, people are getting married, whatever. The same thing with Colin Kaepernick, my husband. This is gonna open the floodgates to people hating America. And look where we are. It's 2023, and everything that he talked about so long ago is becoming true.
Yeah.
They're pushing. Why do you think we can't call them pedophiles anymore?
Mhm.
We call them minor attracted people.
Right.
There's only one group advocating for pedophilia. Is it
Mhm.
heterosexuals?
No. LGBTQ. Yeah. And moms and crazy green hair, pink hair, blue haired moms. Which I would probably go to argue that they probably had something terrible happen in their childhood and they're just, trying to make sense of it all, right? So they're like, there's nothing wrong with this, because their parents never told them that there is something wrong with it, that it's not normal, that it's not
Yeah.
okay to hate your body, that it's not okay to think that maybe you were born in the wrong body.
Yes.
That's not okay. That's not normal. That is a result of you hating yourself.
yes.
And why do you hate yourself is the question that some of these people never get asked. What happened that
What
at
happened?
2 to 5 years old, you stopped wanting to identify with who you actually were born to be?
I agree. This is sad. So like I said, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I just want people to be very realistic in what the Senate is going to do. The House is fine. The Republicans are going to pass what they want to pass through the House
Yeah.
with this very minimal win they got. But the Senate is another story.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you see all this stuff either reversed or you see these bills passed without these specific amendments involved. So just be on the
Absolutely.
lookout. And I do agree with Holly. Send these hyperlinks to your congressman. Let them know what's going on.
Yep. So I think the next thing I wanted to talk about was the Gavin Newsome, basically a threat against the Temecula Valley School Board.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And see, this is why Soonie probably thinks that there's no way it's going to pass because you've got people like Gavin saying these things and you're just like, how is he saying this? Right. I'm going to pull up the video in a second.
They're already calling this specific defense bill unconstitutional. I think it's trending on Twitter right now.
They're that bill that you were just reading.
Yeah, those amendments. The budget.
Wow. Okay, Gavin Newsom's message to the school board. I was going to try to pull it up, but for some reason I can't scroll down on
The Gavin Newsom thing?
Yeah.
Let's see. Gavin Newsom.
The We the People or the We the Parents page has it on their thing. I just can't, for some reason, I have my page minimized, but for some reason I can't scroll down on this page. If you can pull it up.
I have it right here.
Okay. So basically, before you hear this, Gavin Newsom is threatening action against Temecula School District in the Harvey Milk controversy. So he's intervening about the textbooks with LGBTQ references in them that the Temecula Valley School District has stated they do not want to be in their classrooms. So he's saying, and you're going to hear him say it, that the state of California will just buy the books, send them to the school, and fine the school district for violating state law. If
Which
that
is
doesn't
what state law says that they're allowed to do that.
Exactly. If this is not the most like
I don't have a video about
radical extreme thing I've ever seen. Can you go to We the Parents Temecula Valley page?
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you can't open up Instagram?
No, but I think I have something here. Let me see.
Damn, Gina.
Governor Newsom is stepping in
There
after
you
the
go.
school board in Temecula voted to reject a social studies textbook over its mention of gay rights leader Harvey Milk. He says the state will provide the book for students and that any school district failing to provide adequate instructional materials will be fined. Newsom addressed parents in a video today.
Your kids have the freedom to learn, and you have the freedom to access those books, the same books that hundreds of thousands of other kids throughout the state are accessing. So rest assured, we'll be sending those books down in very short order.
Newsom says Temecula Valley Unified School District's current curriculum is outdated and in violation of state law.
What?
Students in the district have been forced to use a textbook published in 2006.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Bruh.
Get more great
Yeah.
ABC7.
Isn't it crazy? So a statement by Dr. Joseph Komrosky, who is the president of Board of Education of Temecula, responded to Gavin Newsom in a tweet. He said, I speak personally here and not on behalf of the entire board when I say it is unfortunate that Governor Newsom and others have seized upon action by the Temecula Valley Unified School District expressly authorized by the California legislature and mischaracterized not only what has occurred, but why. The Board of Education of Temecula Valley did not ban a book at its May 16, 2023 regular meeting. Instead, the Board of Education determined not to adopt the book as curriculum, a history social science program for district-wide use that has been part of a pilot study conducted by the district. Members of the board did not state concerns about a supplemental material, not a textbook, that was part of the curriculum related to a lesson for fourth graders about Mr. Harvey Milk. But what the governor has conveniently ignored is that members of the Board of Education expressed other significant concerns about the district's processes, including whether it had adequately engaged the community regarding the adoption of this curriculum, as well as whether the proposed curriculum adequately addressed the needs of English learners and special needs students. It goes on and on and on, but this is crazy. Yeah, tyrants have taken over. Deontay, I agree.
I mean, this is why I don't think people should really be worried about Biden as a viable candidate because Biden's not going to run. That's just my personal opinion. I think Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris will run. That'll be the ticket.
Yep.
And you're getting a sneak peek.
Yep.
Now, thank God we have something called a Congress to stand in the way of Gavin Newsome and his tyrannical behaviors. But still, you then have to wonder, who does he know in Congress? It's all about relationships in DC. You can get things passed if you have relationships.
His auntie Nance over there, Pelosi. Come on now, he go call up auntie. He go get some things done for him. You know,
ding,
what I mean?
ding, ding.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Jessica, for the super chats.
Thank you guys for the super chats.
Super chat. Okay. So yeah, that's crazy. We wanted to highlight it. The parents of Temecula. Let me just tell you something. I talk to them frequently, and they are at a point where their spirits are really, really just grinded down thin at this point. You know, they've got this stuff going on. They've got the Pastor Brian stuff going on, because a lot of them were affected by the Pastor Brian stuff, right? So right now, they're like, do we go to the Pastor Brian meeting or do we go to the school board meeting? And I personally said, let God take care of Pastor Brian. You guys go take care of those of your kids.
Exactly.
Like that should be your main priority. So, but I just want you guys to know, if you guys, want to go give them some encouragement, their page is we_the_parents_TVUSD. Please go and just send them a message of like, you guys got this. We're behind you, because they need it. They're really, really mentally worn down at this point. And I know that they need a little bit of encouragement.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's keep talking about stuff that has to do with this same type of thing. And some of you guys may not be connecting the dots. So I personally posted about this strike that's going on in Hollywood, because as you guys know, I am in the acting profession. While I'm not a SAG member, for good reason, because it costs $3,000 to join, and then you can't work any non-union projects after you do join. So I did not join, but I had the opportunity to right after the Titanic. So like that right there qualified me to join SAG. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this, and I'll give you a little bit of insight what's going on here. So the Hollywood Actors Union approved a strike on Thursday for the first time in 43 years, bringing the $134 billion American movie and television business to a complete halt over the anger about pay and fears of a tech-dominated future. And I'm going to explain that in a second. The union represents 160,000 television and movie actors. And I also want to preface this by saying these are just the actors. They're not including the camera people, okay, the people behind the scenes, the crafty services that provide the food, the transportation services that move things back and forth from set to set, securities that work with accounting firms that work with these production companies to bring movies to life, right? The people that work in the movie theaters. This is affecting a lot of people. This goes super duper deep, okay? Now, I said that they are striking about pay, okay? So what that is about, and I'm going to go to my story about this if you guys want to share. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to read to you what I posted. But basically, SAG admitted that's the Screen Actors Guild. They admitted that studios came to the table wanting to scan background actors into an AI system and only give them 1 day of pay to be able to use their likeness in perpetuity for any project for the rest of time. So in perpetuity means for the rest of time, and you will not get compensated for it. So like when I get a contract for something, I'm always looking for that word in perpetuity, because I cross it out. Because if you don't cross it out, that means whatever work you do, they are going to be able to use your image forever and ever and ever. You have a question?
No. You need to watch the first episode of Black Mirror.
Okay.
Because it is exactly what you are describing.
No way.
I'm so serious. Anybody who's watched the new season of Black Mirror, you know what I'm talking about. In this particular episode, there is a knockoff version of Netflix, right? Mm-hmm. That takes a person's likeness in perpetuity within the terms and service agreements of them signing up. So let's say we both sign up for Netflix. Mm-hmm. Well, in this scenario in the show, since we signed up for it, they're now allowed to take our likeness and put it wherever they want. And in this episode, it was crazy this lady is watching her own episode where everything that's happened to her throughout the day is now being replayed in the show for the world to see. And it's called Joan Sucks or something like that. Dude, you gotta watch it.
I haven't
what
seen
you just
any
said
of
explains that.
I haven't seen any of the new season, but I love Black Mirror. So,
Bruh.
and I actually didn't watch it because you said Black Mirror was a little bit like not
Well,
as
when
good this season.
It sucked. I'm not even gonna lie. The
Uh-huh.
episodes were really boring, but the fact that you just brought this up and now
It
you
clicked.
can relate it to a real world scenario. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
So not only are they wanting to put, this is mainly going to affect background actors, right? So like they want background actors to be scanned into this AI system so that they no longer have to hire background actors. They just have these people that they can input into these scenes, right? I dare to say it was used a little bit in the new Indiana Jones movie, because in the first 10 minutes of the movie, you see a young Indiana Jones, and I mean 30-year-old Indiana Jones. He's now 80 years old. So they used artificial intelligence to create that character in the movie to replay some of the scenes. Okay. Now, the other thing they want to use AI for, and this is why the Writers Guild is involved, is because they want to use AI to write scripts. They're basically wanting to do away with human writers. Okay. So the way that being a part of the Screen Actors Guild works is, in order to get your health insurance, you have to make $26,000 a year to qualify for health insurance, right? A lot of background actors or lesser known actors are not making that amount of money. So this strike that where you see these like major Hollywood actors speaking out is really to protect those that are marginalized in this, which are those people that I just mentioned. So the studios don't want to pay more, okay, because they can't pay more because they're losing money, okay? Why do you think they're losing money? Well, because everything's woke these days, and a lot of us just don't want to go to the movie theater. Every time you turn on your favorite show, it is some woke message. I know I'm a huge fan of Sex and the City. I've been a Sex and the City fan for years and years and years, and it is terrible. It is all about lesbians. The plot lines are dumb. It's gay, gay, gay. It's filth. It is filth. Okay. And I only watch it to talk shit about it, but I guarantee you that is the reason why these studios are losing money. You have people boycotting Disney. You have people boycotting Little Mermaid for this, that, and the other, right? We can disagree on what it is, but they're losing money because we are not going to the movies. We are canceling our subscription services to things like Netflix or Hulu or whatever because something pisses us off, right? So I said in my post that in my opinion, if there's one thing we're going to support, and I'm going to go over everything that this is affecting so you guys can understand, we need to support this strike in Hollywood, okay? We need to support this, and this is why. Because when the studios give us what we want, which is to go back to a world where we can dream and fantasize through cinema, and we don't have to worry about the bullshit that we see in there, we're going to start patronizing the businesses again. We're going to start ordering the Netflix and the Hulus and all this other stuff and watching their shows. We're going to go back to the theater, right? So when we do that, they're going to be able to pay these actors and these writers to do their job. So this is why I said to you earlier that I think there is a shift coming, because now these actors are saying, wait a minute, you want to replace us with artificial intelligence? Think about that for a second. That's crazy to me. Okay. So here's everything that's going to be affected by this. And this is why this is huge. All red carpet award shows will be shut down as of now. Okay. So any award shows that were in planning, they can't even, not let alone have them. They can't even meet about them. They can't plan them. Nothing can happen, because when you are SAG, everything revolves around the union rules of when you can work and how you get paid. Okay. Actors will not be allowed to do any promotion for upcoming projects that includes premieres, talk shows, magazine covers, right? So that's going to put the magazine industry in danger. These talk shows aren't going to be able to have celebrities come on their show. Some of the talk shows won't even be able to function because a lot of them are SAG members. Okay. So that also will affect radio. Writers will obviously stop writing. This one's going to upset Lopez because the Comic-Con event that's scheduled to be in San Diego canceled, okay? Because they have a lot of actors show up at the Comic-Con event. Emmy Awards will be shut down because planning for the event will have to come to a halt. This will most likely affect the Oscars as well. TV shows will come to a halt. This includes any writing that may be in swing, and they will have to show reruns. That will be the only option they have. Accounting, caterers, as I said, transportation businesses will all be affected. There are much more than what I'm listing here, okay? But this really puts it into perspective that this is a $30 million a day industry. Things are fixing to change. I'm just saying.
I mean, I wouldn't support this protest. I'm actually happy it's happening because it gives an opportunity for real voices and real content to come out. So I
That's what I'm
support
saying.
shit.
Well, you're happy it's happening. That's what I'm saying. You are supporting it because you're like, do it. I'm supporting in that sense. When I say support, I'm like, strike away.
Okay, I got it.
Because they're going to have to break at some point. They're going to have to break. This is, like I said, $30 million a day they're losing. This last strike that they had back when Marilyn Monroe was an actress, that's how long ago it was. It went on 6 months. Okay. But that strike had to do with commercials.
Do it a year. Do it
Lord.
2 years, matter of fact. Go ahead.
Yes.
Do it 3 years.
Yes. I want stuff to go back. I want movies to go back to normal, man. I want stuff to go back to normal. I don't know. Maybe it never will because we're so like awoken to everything now, like messages that are being pushed.
It's never going to go back, Mo. Mo is always like, let's go back. And I'm always like, no, it's never going to go back.
I'm a
But for the
dreamer.
people, including you, this ties right into that episode. This is crazy. It's called Jonah's Awful, by the way. It's on Netflix series called Black Mirror. Go watch it. And they have Selma Hayek playing an AI generated character who's playing the actual Joan. And each episode airs shortly after Joan's real day ends, turning her secrets into plot points and her screw up into laugh lines. Like this, listen, the show is fucked. The episode is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's what? It's effed up.
Oh
but
my gosh. That sounds good though.
If you want to see something tied to what's going on in Hollywood right now, go for it.
That's awesome.
That's freaking hilarious.
I'm going to check that out. I'm all caught up on the Great Food Race right now, and I need to watch that. See, that's all I can. You can't even watch food shows, okay, without them sneaking in the gay agenda.
Oh my goodness.
This biatch, sorry, whoever tells me I cuss too much. This girl on there, she was gay. Well, because she has her kids with her when she's watching our show. And I told her, I'm like, I can't make promises. Okay, I will try my best. She got mad because when I was going off last week, I was like, when I was talking about the kids. Anyways.
First Amendment speech, lady.
Yeah.
Don't watch. Say, let me stop.
I know, but I should watch my language a little bit. Anyways, so on the Great Food Truck Race, they have this chick who's gay and she runs like a vegan, food truck. And every time she goes out to sell her damn food, she's wearing the freaking gay pride flag, like a dress.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Jesus. Bless the Lord. Why do you got to do that?
Mm-mm.
See, that's why I don't watch TV anymore. If I watch something, as soon as something gay pops up, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't care if it's like the slightest.
It's everything.
If it's inferred, if I got to read between the lines and I can figure out you talk about some homo stuff, I'm turning it off.
Dude,
that's how extreme I am with TV shows now.
Yeah. Well, this is why I hardly watch TV. But okay, so what did Red Pill say? Look up 18 U.S. Code 1470 transfer of obscene material to minors. Can I copy and paste?
We could do that next show because we're already 8 minutes over.
Okay. Oh, it's already been an hour?
Yeah. But we got to talk about this student loan forgiveness because I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of people who don't understand how this is even happening. The only question that we both shared together was how did he get this passed?
Yeah.
But I think we figured it out. It's the verbiage that Biden is using in this new plan that he plans to introduce. So the U.S. Department of Education offers several plans for repaying federal student loans. Under the standard plans, borrowers are charged a fixed monthly amount that ensures all their debt will be repaid after 10 years, which I find that to be a fair thing. Like you're on a 10-year plan and you got the same amount every month.
Not me, honey.
I don't see why you can't.
I paid off my school loans. I'm salty.
But it's income driven. It's income based.
I was broke as hell. I was broke as hell when I was paying off those school loans, man.
Lord.
Woo,
so that was the standard plan. That's what people have been using forever and a day.
Yeah.
But in Biden's plan, right away, more than 804,000 people will have their interest rates set to a it doesn't go up or go down as long as they're making payments. And I think after, dang, we had all this pulled up. I'm so mad I took it down.
You want me to just
Isn't it after 10 years?
Yeah, no, it was 20 to 25 years. Under those plans, borrowers must make payments for a term that is typically 20 to 25 years. At the end of that period, any remaining balance is forgiven. But let me read this really quick. So, because my question was, I'm confused. The Supreme Court shot this down, and I thought Nancy Pelosi said the president doesn't have the power to do this, right? So I was like, how he do this?
How Sway?
So this is what he said, okay? More than 800,000 borrowers will have the $39 billion in federal student loans eliminated under a government effort to remedy years of mistakes by the loan servicers that collected payments on the government's behalf, okay? So basically what I'm seeing there is that on account of, see what had happened. See, Biden went in there. He said what had happened was there was a clerical error. See, okay. So this is not like I'm just forgiving loans because loans are racist. There was a clerical error. Okay. And we need to right that wrong. See, that's what I meant to say when I first proposed this and when I pushed this to the people is I was trying to correct a clerical error. That's what happened. That's how he got it passed. It's just wording. So that just tells you word something differently. You might get, put a little honey on it.
We could put this in a description as well so people can go and read it. But it's $39 billion for people who have been paying their student loans forever. At first, I was like, well, okay, they have been making payments. But then my rational side kicks in and it's like, you took a loan out. Mm-hmm. So you got to pay it back. And sorry if you got a degree in a profession that don't pay you shit, but that's a problem with parents. We're not educating our children on what college has to offer if you even want to go into college for a specific thing. But I think people should go to college for specialties. That's it.
Yeah. But the system is broken, Soonie. Okay. It's a broken system, just like everything else.
Gosh. No, you didn't.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. See, I'm going to talk like Kamala. See, what we have here is a system that is broken. Okay.
And it's been broken for a very long time.
I'm going to switch it up on you. A broken system, a system that is broken. You see, did you hear her explain AI?
AI is artificially intelligent.
She said AI stands for
artificial intelligence.
I was like, can you please? Okay. Damn. I was like, the Coke was for sure yours. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying. Listen, it's not about me beating up on a black woman. She is dumb. Okay. She is dumb. The dumbest of the dumb. And it's not just that one thing. There's so many dumb things that she says that you're just like, what? Like, you ever get like those of you guys that like to smoke, right? And you got that one person that ain't smoking and he says something that to him is really rational, but the rest of the people that are high in the room are just like, bro, what? Like, that's what you feel like when you hear Kamala speak.
Hold on.
It's ready? A joke.
Ready?
Here she goes.
We got to play it for the people.
articulated is AI is kind of and I think the first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's first of all, it's 2 letters. It means, but ultimately what it is it's about machine learning. And so the machine is taught. And part of the issue here is what information is going into the machine that will then determine, and we can predict them if we think about what machine is going in, what then will be produced in terms of decisions and opinions that may be made through that process. And I think the first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
I'm letting this run back one more time, bro.
Ultimately, what it is it's about machine learning. And so the machine is taught. And part of the issue here is what information is going into the machine that will then determine, and we can predict then if we think about what information is going.
You know what's wild is you just let it keep looping around, but I couldn't even tell like where it started, where it began. I couldn't even tell because it makes no sense. It may,
you put information into the machine, and the issue is what information we're putting into the machine.
Let me tell you
and
something.
We can predict what's going to happen years from now.
Generals,
based on what we're putting in this machine.
Military and generals, pay attention. If we have any terrorists, okay, that are hiding out in caves that y'all need to get out of the caves, just put a microphone with Kamala and a speaker in front of the caves. And and just have her just talk, okay? I have her, and they come out. I give up. It's over. I dropped the bomb. No, it's done. Done. Okay. Nobody wants to hear her talk. What's her name? Her husband's name's Doug. Poor Doug, man. Doug got to listen to that.
Her husband.
Dude, at the end of the day, he's got to listen to her talk. Oh, Lord.
Probably be putting them AirPods in and don't even be. They probably don't even be around each other.
You put earbuds in, it's Trump talking.
He'd be like,
"Oh God."
I bet you they don't even be around each. I bet you they don't sleep in the same room.
I bet
or
you
the same
they don't.
bed.
I bet you.
I bet you they only see each other like,
gosh, she's done
twice, 2 weekends out of the month.
I wish we could find videos of when she was a prosecutor to hear what she was like in court.
I'm sure we could find some.
Terrible. It's so bad. We gotta make a compilation.
How the hell she was I don't know how the fuck she was a prosecutor talking like this.
Right. I don't know what's dumb.
I don't know how you understood legalese when you can't even break down AI.
It's 2 letters. It's a complex. It's a complex word.
Artificial intelligence.
A complex word made up of 2 letters. She's dumb.
Wow.
Come on, man. Y'all couldn't do
way.
Better. We couldn't find a better one than that. Come on. I know y'all wanted a black woman as vice president, but come on.
She is not black.
Pick somebody else.
I'm so tired of folks calling that lady black. She ain't black. She's
Jamaican. You hear Keke Palmer talk about you ever get a French press, or what did she say? A
silk press.
A silk press. I said a French press. You ever get a silk press?
No, she ain't never got no silk press. She lying. Girl, you ain't never had a silk press. Your hair ain't even made up like that.
Fall off. It would fall off. You got that Indian hair? Come on.
I saw that stupid ass question and I kept scrolling. I was like, I'm not talking about this. You know darn well you ain't got the hair for no silk press. I'm like, yeah. You don't be getting duties. Stop lying, Kamala. Man. That's why you remember when they took a picture of her walking on the plane with her Timbs on, like.
Oh yeah. Or it was Timbs or it was Converse. It was Converse.
No, it was Timbs.
Oh Lord.
What year is it? I'm gonna shut up now.
Dude, first of all, the only people that wear Timbs are chicks from like New York. Ain't nobody wearing Timbs like that at her age.
You said at her age.
That's crazy.
It sounds like someone explained it to her right before this, and she's trying to talk about it like she knows what she's saying. She does.
Every
That's how
time-
she
no.
sounds all the time, though.
Every time she sounds like her teleprompter done gone out.
Do you remember when she said, "Oh my gosh," she said,
You gotta
"We
pull it
are."
up.
I don't have time. She said, "In this moment today, during this time, and we're here today." I know you remember this.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh,
Bro.
Laura.
In
Wait,
this moment today.
I think this is it. Hold on.
Repeal the 19th.
For show. Is this it?
Out of
Where's
league.
that?
Ms. Harris turning heads when talking at a climate conference of the crisis there during a summit with Southeast Asian countries. Watch.
Our world is increasingly more interconnected and interdependent. That is especially true when it comes to the climate crisis, which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on.
What the hell? That wasn't the one you were talking about, but that was another one. Oh man, she's dumb. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, she said the same thing 4 different ways.
Yeah, she
Like,
did.
all she said was interconnected and interpersonal. You just listen. That is evidence of someone just using big words to sound smart.
Yeah, for sure. I would love her to. Man, never mind. I ain't gonna talk about her anywhere. Lord, forgive me.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show today. We had a lot of information for you.
Sorry,
We're gonna
to
come
torture.
back. Yeah, sorry to sort. It's summer though. Actually, I'm not sorry. I've got children and I got shit to do.
Yeah.
It's the weekend. When we come back, I want to discuss pearly things and the repeal the 19th trend that is starting to pick up on this side. And I think that show will generate a lot of attention because it's not just you, it's people all over the place tagging me like, yo, you say this.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what the heck? You're saying this. What's bothering me is this side is embracing it now after losing their absolute fucking minds.
Yeah.
And Bryson decided to bring this up on TikTok. This is how it even happened. Bryson said if women never voted, Republicans wouldn't lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Tyler were like, ooh, yeah,
And then
women's
she
rights,
stole
let's
it.
just go. Anyways,
Yep.
Tune
she
in
said
for
it
that
one
show.
time, and that got her all of these interviews off of that one
Crazy.
time. One time. Thank you, Jessica, for the last minute $4.99 super chat. I appreciate
when are you
that.
gonna run for office? Well, if I were to run for office, I would only be there to get all the women out.
Oh man.
I feel
Man,
some
oh
type of way
man.
about that.
Yeah.
I feel some type of way about that, y'all. What you think in the chat? Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Be prepared for this. Y'all are gonna hear how Pearly Things is stealing your girl Soonie's line. And Soonie lives by this. Okay. I know Soonie wasn't the only person to ever say it, but she lives by this day in, day out. This wasn't like a one-time, catchphrase of Soonie's. Like she says it almost like every day, 20 times a day. She's repealing it on me. I can't do anything right. Yeah, we need to go in and spam all the Pearly Thing interviews and be like, Soonie Blank said it first.
I'm down.
We should.
I'm
I did
down.
it.
I
In the
bet
interview
you-
I sent you, I put a comment.
You did?
Yes.
Man, listen. I never heard it before until Soonie. Like Mo said, I know I'm not the originator. Like most, I don't think there is a real original thought. We're always
the first
taking
woman.
something from someone. But to see Shamika Michelle go on Jason Whitlock and say, oh, we need to repeal the 19th. This is why we need to repeal the 19th. Now, that, I'm going to be honest, I ain't never heard nobody say that before me. This is why we need to repeal the 19th. I don't know about that. And then seeing Pearly Things also go on Jason Whitlock after being told that you will never be able to be on TV with these opinions. It's
Mhm.
just wild to me.
Yeah. Well,
Really
okay.
wild.
So the first time it was said was because a guy said it while Trump was running for president.
Yeah.
And he said, if women, so this was a guy saying it, which nobody's going to think twice if a guy says it, right? But for a woman to have said it, I
Yeah.
tried to do my research and go back. Soonie's the only one that I've ever seen say it from a woman's perspective and really so eloquently state why, not just because, oh, I hate women. I think women are dumb. No, she has very good reasons for what she's saying. So
Even Wake Up with
anyways,
Linda.
next show.
Remember? Women are ushering in the worst parts of America. I'm just like, when I said that, we need the gay vote. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about this Tuesday. I'm actually excited for this show. And it's not to
Jessica.
sit on my soapbox, it's to call a spade a spade.
Jessica
is what
sent
it
that
is.
for you, the $4.99. She says Soonie's been saying it since day one. Thank you, Jessica.
appreciate
Damn,
that.
Jessica came through with 4 super chats tonight. I appreciate you, Jessica. You the
Thank
best.
you guys. We'll see you Tuesday. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this live out, tag your friends in it. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. And
Bye,
don't
guys.
forget, we are still working to get a roadcaster. So if you want to donate, all you got to do is hit the QR, like scan it real quick with your phone.
Scan it. Picture.
Scan it. And it'll come straight to our Venmo. We are raising funds to get a roadcaster, which will take this show to the next level because we'll be able to Bluetooth calls in and have an actual soundboard and not be depending on the screen to make it happen.
By the way, we want you guys to call in. So if you guys ever want to call in, please tell us.
For sure.
Send me the link and we'll put it in the chat so you guys can call in. What happened to the girl you were supposed to bring on that I was going to react to? Did she ever respond?
We're doing that Tuesday. I think it falls better with Repeal the 19th in that entire discussion.
Okay, so Tuesday, tune in because Soonie's going to have a girl come on here and shock the shit out of me with her theories about, what was it? Why
women actually being the providers in prehistoric times because they were buried with certain instruments.
Oh yeah, that's the proof.
That's the proof.
Mo's gonna have a combo with her. Soonie's
tune in.
Soonie's setting me up. Tune in. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.
They say the song's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say the song's so offensive, but